Those of you who do ride-alongs with me, thank you very much for jumping in my ride. My first one today is, of course, an apartment. And it is opened over there, so to call the person this morning, couldn't get in touch with anybody, so I hope that doesn't mean that there's not going to be a no-show. Okay, because I want to get this done and get back to the house. Basic. It looks to be pretty open, but yeah, I don't think I'll be able to get around the back if my person does not show. And I need to get inside of an apartment, of course, so hopefully they will show up pretty quickly and I can knock that out. Y'all know I love it when a plan comes together, and if it don't come together, it's gonna make me real sad. Okay. Who you is? Who you? Oh, okay. Come and say, I ain't never had nobody dressing like that meet me at no apartment. Okay. Just a residence over here on this street. So this one right here will pay me $85. And hopefully I can knock it out and get out of there. The next one is same zip code, so it should be but a few minutes away. Then the next one is a few zip codes up, but it's heading back toward my way, so that should be great. I shouldn't have any problems with that. If you guys are thinking about doing inspections, let me tell you, this right here, it can be easy, but it can be kind of irritating too at times. And that's because a lot of times you're going to run across people who are most definitely not going to show up, or they're going to show up but they're going to be late. They're going to take their time to come and all of that stuff. And no one seems to, at times, no one seems to be taking the whole business of it all as a first priority more than you are when it comes to getting out here and getting these inspections done. They take their time showing up, I'm telling you now. And 90% of the time, I can say that most of my insureds do show up and they are on time, and half of those are even there before I even get there. But the rest of them, and it seems like when it starts up to where they're not coming, or they're running late, or whatever they have going on, when it starts to come down, it rains. And I mean, it rains, it pours. Okay, the rain come hard. It seems like it starts being back to back with people not showing up and people not being where they should be in a timely fashion. Man, and I'd be like, what is going on? Is this just a bad batch? Okay. Is this a bad batch or what? But yeah, I'm gonna get out and see what we got going on over here and see what kind of mess or whatever we may have, and hopefully it's nothing, where I can get out of here and go on to the next. All right, see you guys on the flip. So this one took me a total of 30 minutes. And yeah, 30 minutes for no reason. But I'm gonna tell you why. Give me a second, let me get in the car. All right, so this one took me 30 minutes, and that is because the person that I was supposed to meet was not here when I got here, and she had a good excuse for it. But I called when I first got out again because I didn't see anybody, to see if someone would answer the phone. No one answered the phone again, as usual. Look at me choking the hell out of myself. Okay, so I called as soon as I got here. No one answered the phone again, left a voicemail, and I just let them know that I'm gonna go ahead and start without them because this appointment was set and I'm not leaving without doing this inspection. So I went on ahead and started on the outside, and then eventually a lady pulled up from the back when I actually went around the backside, and she was the one who was supposed to meet me. But apparently when I set the appointment through the management office. You know, sometimes you don't have to deal with sometimes you don't deal with the owners at all. All of the business is conducted through the management office. So when I contacted the management office, they told me who I would be meeting over here. But apparently they did not tell that person. Oh, man, when I tell you, sometimes these people, they didn't tell the person I was supposed to meet that they was meeting me. It just so happened that she came over here and I was in the back. And she was like, are you here for Section 8? And I said, no, for the insurance. So she calls the agency, and the management company tells them, yeah, we have an inspection today. Now she's a little irritated because they didn't tell her, but that's okay. She was a really, really, really kind lady. We were able to get stuff done. She was able to get stuff unlocked for me and all of that good stuff. But I'm telling you, look, you never know what's going to happen when you hit these locations. It's always something different. Okay, all I can say is a day in the life, all right? A day in the life. But if I would not have started and I would have waited, it would have thrown me over into the next one. But if the locations are open and we have an appointment and I'm calling you, okay, you don't answer, I'm going to do what I came to do. See, when I first started doing inspections, I wasn't doing that at all. I wasn't trying to help myself out at all. You know, when you knew you're nervous about this whole thing. So I wasn't doing that. What I was doing was, if I come and they didn't show up, I'm just standing outside looking like a fruitcake. All right. Looking like I'm displaced. Okay. And then I'll leave and be all upset because I didn't get any of the inspection done at all. Cutting my money short. I don't do that anymore. The appointment is set and it's there in stone. And so if you don't show up and do what you're supposed to do, we're going to get stuff handled. All right, so we're going to move on to the next one. Let's go. So that one took me about 7 minutes to get over here. Pretty good. And I have a few minutes, so let me get my stuff together. But yeah, so let me tell you, on that last one, so the lady meets me, right? And we get in the inside and we go to a unit. She got this other lady to let me come into her unit. So we goes in the unit and I go to taking the images, and the lady shows me old pictures of what the apartment looked like, because every time I asked her about the amenities and what came in the apartment, she was saying that everything that I was pointing at, that she even paid for. She even paid for the flooring. And I was like, wait, what? So the wood floors, you put your own floors in? She was like, yep, let me show you what they looked like. I said, so they don't care about you changing the floor? She's like, no, they're just going to up the rent on the next person whenever I decide to move out. I was like, oh my God, this is too much over here in this building. They didn't have any idea how much the annual rent was. And this is what the actual manager who met me, she didn't have any idea what the rent was annually over there. So she called the management company again on the phone. Management company had no idea, said that she's gonna have to make some calls. Oh, is there a way I can get in touch with the owner then? Like, why does the management company not even know? Okay, so This other guy comes in and he's a manager as well, so he does some calculations based off of all of the rents. He calculated them all together and then, did his little thing and then told me exactly how much it was, because in most of these complexes, everybody don't pay the same amount. Some people move in years and years and years ago and they are not paying market rates. Okay. The people who come in at a later date, they are paying market rates. So that's already two different prices right there. Then you got to take in consideration whether they're in a studio, 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom. That goes into consideration as well. And then for her to have asked me on the outside, was I there for HUD? That tells you that they accept that over there too. So yeah, 30 minutes. I swore I would be out there in about 8 or 9 minutes. Babe, I was over there fanning myself, waiting on answers, seeing who gonna be the first one to say, me, I got the answer. Gee. Whew. My goodness. All right, so this one right here, I talked to them this morning through text because they did a verification and confirming that the appointment was today. So hopefully they will show up and be here on time. But if not, I will most definitely start without them. All right. I'm not telling anybody to do any of those things, okay? This is just how I roll. All right. Because they're sitting around and waiting is just not, no. I like to get my job done. I know what time I'm supposed to be here. They know what time they're supposed to be here. We both know what time the appointment is set for. And when I get here on time, I like to get started. Okay. So, but y'all know how I normally will come in, and when I get somewhere early, I'll just call them and see if I can get them to come early. Well, you know what? Today is not that day. It's only like 10 more minutes anyway, so it don't even really matter, because the last one held me up so long. So today won't be one of those days I'll be calling people saying, can we go on ahead and get started? Are you anywhere in the area? Is it possible we can go ahead and get started early? My last one, I finished up quicker than expected. I don't think it's going to be a reason for that today. We're going to see what happens after this one. Let me see if I can show you guys what it looked like. All right, so I hope you guys can see it. It's the one, the cream color looking one there. That looks like a castle on the end. Yeah. So did I get her in that video? I don't know, but I have to blur her out if I did. Because she looking like, girl, what you doing? All right, so we're going to wait and see what happens. And I'll hit you guys back up on the flip. So my contact says she forgot, and we just texted this morning. Okay, but she said she's 5 minutes away, so I was able to get a little of the outside. I couldn't get much because, you know, it's gated. Got a little gate going on here. So couldn't get back there, but hopefully she'll show up and then we'll be able to get this knocked out. And I'll be on to the next. But I'll let you guys know in a few. Well, that inspection went pretty good. Remember I told you that she said that she was going to be there on time because I had already talked to her via text. And something told me to call her, so I called her 10 minutes till, you know, once I got there pretty good to make sure that she was on her way. And she says, girl, I completely forgot. Oh, wait! If I wouldn't have called her, she would have not even showed up. And I'm like, how you forget we talked on text? These people sometimes. But you know what? She was the sweetest chick. And we had a good little old time. My inspection didn't take no more than about 10, 12 minutes over at that location. But we still at the same time was out there chit-chatting and enjoying each other. So, yeah, it gives me just enough time to get to the next location. So yeah, I'm driving and I don't need nobody to beat me up about that. So I'm going to turn it off. And I'll see you guys when we get to the next location. So that one went pretty well. He had called me while I was at the last location outside, chit-chatting it up with the other lady, and told me that he was caught in some traffic and he was worried that he was going to be late. But as you can see, he was on time. And we were able to get that done. But the issue with that one was he has 2 buildings there. The file only said one address, and there is a duplex house right next to it, and this duplex house he says is a part of his location as well. Man, I told him I didn't have all of that, I only had for that one building, but he says I really want both of them on my general liability. So, just to suit his fancy, I went on ahead and took images of the house duplex as well, and we talked a little bit, and he says that he's thinking about selling and getting rid of it because he's had it with the renters. How many of you are dealing with real estate at all and you've had problems getting people out of your place? Okay, because as I stated in a previous video, I rented my house out on a transfer for one of these 9-to-5 jobs that didn't work out, and the person paid deposit last month, all of that good stuff. And as soon as it was time to get ready to pay the rent, I'm gonna take that back. I think she paid like twice after we had moved to Florida. And after that, there was no more payments on the house. Okay, just in there. So she knew she had to get out. And she wasn't doing what she needed to do, her and her little family. And we didn't have any assistance that we thought we had when we left. Because, haters gonna hate. Anyway, we had the assistance we thought we was going to have. So when I got back there, I couldn't wait to get back. Because, this was back in the day. All right. You need to know now. And when I got back there, she had bailed. By the time I got back, had been there months. And when I got back, she had bailed. But not before they turned on all the water all the way through the house. The whole house was soaked and flooded out. Oh, tell me how hard I looked for that chick. You better know it. I'm talking about vanished damn near off the face of the earth. So I can only imagine what you go through as a landlord when you own a building and you are letting people stay in your building and they pay first month, last month, credit check, go through all of that good stuff, and then get in there and decide they're not going to pay rent. This guy was just telling me, well, the lady before me was telling me that she had someone in her building that stayed 3 months, the last 3 months of their time there, and didn't pay rent. He had one that went 7 months, okay? Because the government, he stayed 7 months without paying rent. And then when he left, he took the washer, dryer unit, everything out of the location and left some beat up microwave in there. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Oh, man, some of these people are trifling. And if you've ever done that, living anywhere, you're trifling, okay? Just go ahead and call it what it is. You're trifling if you've ever done that. Jeez. I mean, be grateful for what you have. Someone let you move into their place for you to live there and decide you're going to destroy it. Like, be grateful for where you were, the time that you were able to. We all hit hard times sometimes, you know what I'm saying? And if something happens to where you have to let a place go, then you know what? You have to just let that place go. They don't need to get mad and destroying and tearing up these people's property. Oh. So I'm going to tell you right now, my son, if you're listening, don't ask me anymore about real estate, because you need to know that I am not purchasing real estate. That I am not dealing with. Of course, they make a whole lot of money. At the end of the day, when stuff like this comes about, you got problems, all right? And yeah, I be stressed enough. I can't deal with none of that. So anywho, that was the last one for today. Not too bad for, what time is it now? 1:30. Not too bad for 2.5 hours. My first appointment was at 11 o'clock. And this last one was at 1 o'clock. I was over there a good 30 minutes. Well, I'm going to say 25 because I've been on the road for about 5 minutes. So it is what it is. I got it done. And that's it. I'm not doing any more today. I'm going to go home and feed myself because my stomach feeling kind of icky. And call it a day. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, subscribe, turn on your notification bells. Because you know I'll be bringing you back something later. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love all of you, my new and my old subscribers. Okay. Enjoy the rest of your day.